Hello and welcome. I'm Joe Van High, CEO and founder of C3 Corporation. In exchange for your time, I believe we have two obligations. First, gratitude. Thank you for spending a little time with us and giving C3 this opportunity to share some thoughts, insights, and information about some new things we're going to bring to the market. We do not take your attention for granted. That brings us to our second obligation, value. It's important that this session is excellent and worthwhile investment of your time. Over the past 2 years, we've learned a lot. So we want to use this time to share and summarize how we've been responding to the rapid changes in the industry. 2020 was certainly a challenging year to be in business. The bedding industry in particular saw a radical shift. Overnight, direct-to-consumer sales jumped between 200% and 300%, and it continues to climb today. This is creating a whole new set of product and packaging demands. At C3, we've been working day and night to help manufacturers meet this quick, emerging demand. As consumers are requiring new configuration and delivery options, we have been responding with machine design and solutions to make sure we can meet the market demand. This dynamic has contributed to the emergence of the increased distribution channels, the focus on environmental packaging, and more effective shipping and shelving solutions. We are bringing to market bigger thinking and better ideas to help you with all of that. Most notably, we have innovated and developed the technology to wrap compressed mattresses in paper rather than plastic. This has obvious benefits for manufacturers, consumers, and the planet we all share. The general public is eager to buy new beds due to the renewed emphasis on the quality of life at home. And the global manufacturer base is eager to make those beds. We are here to help you configure and manufacture what people want in the way they want it. In just a few minutes, we will introduce you to a lamination solution we developed to support flexibility in this regard. Now I'd like to introduce you to Mark Desjardins, our Business Development Director, who is going to share more on the consumer insights and behaviors that are driving our markets.
Thanks, Joe, and hello, everyone. One of the things we stress at C3 is the idea that we're in a very human business. We manufacture and sell products that are very integral to people's lives. It's easy to fall in love with innovative ideas and industry forecasts, but at the end of the day, every purchasing decision is being made by a human being who doesn't care a lot about the sophistication of our engineering. She just wants to wake up feeling well rested after a good night's sleep. We have a very quickly transitioned from a manufacturing-driven industry to a market-driven industry. It's no longer viable to expect people to buy what we make. We have to make what they want to buy and deliver the way they want to get it. So let's take a look at what's going on with consumer behavior and decision-making, and then we'll consider what that means for our industry. The advent of the COVID-19 pandemic kicked off a huge shift in behavior towards nesting. People became homebodies. Prior to 2020, fewer than 5% of the adult population in the industrial West worked from home. By year's end, well over 50% of the people had worked from home for an extended period of time. So in a household with 2 adults, the odds are that one person was working from home was quite high. This had a huge impact. Not only are people working from home, they're staying home, they're eating their meals at home, limiting travel and vacations, and staying away from public venues of all sorts. This, of course, had freed up a lot of disposable income, money they're using to turn their homes into places they really enjoyed being. They're living their life more like their grandparents did. In fact, there's even an interior design trend called Granny Chic or Grand Millennial. People are leaving congestion of metro areas and moving to places where they have larger homes with designated office workspaces, access to outdoor recreation, and private yards for children and pets. The movement has spurred significant investment in the home real estate, renovation, and furnishing markets, and it has meant a good thing for the bedding industry. 2020 mattress sales volumes were up 7.5% year over year. Most significantly, however, is the way that rapidly shifted how people shop for, purchase, and procure mattresses. Increasingly, consumers seem to be avoiding single-trip stops at specialty shops and traditional transport for delivery logistics. They're not tying mattresses to the roof of their Volkswagens and driving them home. Instead, they're looking to make purchases online or in a retail location where they're shopping for other things as well. KeyBank forecasts that direct-to-consumer mattress sales will approach 20% of the market in 2022. Whether they're buying it direct online through a traditional retail channel or at a broadline retailer, consumer preference for a mattress in a box has crossed a tipping point. At the end of 2019, C3 estimated that US mattress in a box market share was at 15% and steadily climbing. By the end of 2020, just 12 months later, we estimated that MIB market share had eclipsed 35% and is on a trajectory to surpass 50%. That is huge. The market had been primed and normalized just as the pandemic pushed it over its tipping point. This presents a head-spinning challenge for anyone in the mattress manufacturing business. You might be tempted to dismiss this as merely a pandemic fluke or temporary trend that will run its course prior to reverting back to past behaviors. Maybe, but that's not likely. As a parallel, look at the rapid evolution of the ready-to-assemble and online furniture channels, especially the impact Wayfair, Amazon, and IKEA have had on the way people shop for and buy furniture. As it turns out, people now trust referrals and online reviews more than they trust their own brief encounters or experiences. They put more faith in a few hundred 4- and 5-star reviews than in 4 or 5 minutes they might spend lying on a mattress in a store. In fact, in a 2020 UK survey of more than 700 people, as many as 1/3 said they would purchase an automobile online without a test drive. Likewise, Tesla reported way back in 2018 that 82% of its Model 3 sales were purchased without a test drive. Consumer behavior pertaining to large ticket purchases has changed. The trend is embedded and established, and we see no compelling reason to believe it will revert. So rather than asking the simple question, when will things return to normal, it's far wiser to realize they won't, and instead ask the more critical questions. What does the new normal look like? And what should we expect as we look forward? Fortunately, the market has already crossed over the ridge and is telling us what the valley looks like ahead. We should expect to see 3 things in the foreseeable future. First, a continuation of the nesting trend. Second, more environmentally friendly packaging. And third, optimizing logistics and distribution. Let's look at each of these briefly. First, nesting. Reports from major corporations and a look at commercial real estate markets strongly indicate that the practice of working remotely is here to stay. If not full-time, then as a hybrid work model with flexible scheduling and reduced commute requirements. Either way, people are invested in and embracing a new lifestyle with more time and more space at home. We can expect a continuation of the desire to emphasize a quality lifestyle at home, and a continuation of the consumer purchasing behaviors and patterns which became normalized in 2020. On the packaging front, the push towards reduced environmentally friendly packaging is quickly becoming an expectation. People are noticing it, and it reflects on the brand and erodes the consumer experiences. In fact, the most frequent complaint we hear from MIB brands and retailers is about the plastic waste wrapped around the mattress. As Joe mentioned up front, and my colleague Josh will explain in a few minutes, C3 is bringing to market a paper-based solution to this problem. Finally, given the shift in consumer behavior and shopping patterns, a real need has emerged for a more efficient shipping, warehousing, and merchandising footprint. This includes more beds on pallets, more beds in trucks, and more beds on retail shelves. The world changed a lot in 2020, and it promises to change even more in 2021. And with all that change comes challenge. But challenge can and should be motivating. After all, to borrow the words from Winston Churchill, we should never let a good crisis go to waste. This time of transition in our industry invites bigger thinking and better ideas. It challenges us to boldly ask new questions and search for new answers. The mattress manufacturing industry is currently facing 2 daunting and immediate challenges. First, and perhaps the most obvious, is the material supply availability. A lot of resources from coils and nonwovens and chemicals and foams are suddenly unpredictable. We need manufacturing systems with the flexibility to configure and produce mattresses according to whatever materials are available at the time. One of the obvious challenges this poses is achieving a consistent and reliable bond between variable materials. Additionally, many manufacturers are finding it challenging to find and hire people. Capacity and capability are limited by the availability of qualified labor. This is driving a need for manufacturing solutions that are able to do one or more of the following: maximize the output of the existing labor force, automate processes wherever it makes sense, simplify production as much as possible, increase production speeds. The engineers at C3 are looking at all of these things and developing solutions. For more on that, I'd like to introduce Josh Van de Hey to tell you more about our current research and development at C3 and the solutions we are already introducing into the market.
Joe and Mark had the privilege of sharing big picture market perspectives. What's going on in the industry? What's going on with consumers? The critical question, however, the one that takes bigger thinking and better ideas, is what we're doing about it. How is C3 responding and helping you get ahead of these market trends? That's what I'm here to talk about. Our R&D team at C3 is introducing 3 innovations to address the challenges and the opportunities in this new business climate. First, the biggest news, which we've already shared. You can eliminate the plastic wrap on compressed mattresses because we've developed a solution with paper. Yeah, paper. It's what consumers want, it's what the earth needs, and it's a good image for your brand. The benefits are obvious. By using paper, we can remove the plastic waste from the process and introduce recyclability. Second, we're introducing trifold and ultra-compressed mattresses. The impact on shipping and merchandising density is a tremendous leap forward. Let's take a quick look at the numbers. A half fold and rolled package, we could put 4 queen-size mattresses on a pallet, 208 in a truck. By going to a trifold, density is increased by nearly 50%, with 6 on a pallet and 312 in a truck. But with ultra compression, we can double that, fitting 12 on a pallet and 624 in a truck. The footprint, which had been required to ship and shelf 4 mattresses, can now accommodate 12. We've tripled the footprint density. That's good economics, good environmentalism, and good business. All these numbers are based on standard product dimensions. I'd be happy to talk to you about how we can help optimize shipping and merchandising density based on your particular product specifications. Finally, the C3 innovation team tackled the material flexibility challenge. We've developed a spray application capable for hot melt with a single feed hose and individually configurable spray heads. Now, hot melt obviously isn't a new technology, but we see its potential resurgence due to the market trends. Our team has resolved many of those challenges and issues that previously led us to stray away from that type of application. The solution we're offering provides integrated flexibility, enabling you to use multiple adhesives and application configurations according to the substrates that need to be laminated. As a laminating system, this provides a new standard in safety, flexibility, and speed, so you can make more mattresses using more materials in less time. While we're excited to be bringing these capabilities to the market at this time, our team is already hard at work imagining, innovating, and inventing new and better ways to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of sleep system manufacturing. So on behalf of everyone at C3, I want to thank you for spending this time with us. Obviously, we'd love to talk to you more, so please post or call with any questions or comments. To summarize, the market has shifted and continues to change rapidly. People are increasingly sourcing and purchasing their mattresses differently than they have for the past 50 years. And at C3, we're delighted to help meet this challenge with bigger thinking and better ideas.